Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Don't I have a special for you today? I've been so busy printing, making teas, and just basically hanging out with all of you. What I'm doing today is I'm going to review my button makers. I've already done a review on the Tecre button maker, so I don't think that I need to do another review on that. What I need to do is just make sure that I have my light set accurately and I'm not blocking the way of anything, which this light right back here might be a little problematic. So I'm just going to move it, and what I'm going to do is put it behind the camera. How are you all doing? I'm Brother Ernest with liveeventprinting.com, one of the few live event printers in the nation. Other people print by screen printing or something like that, which I do screen printing. But you know, the thrust of my business, and in just giving you all a tour around the shop, so you can see right back there, there's my Graphtec CE 6000 Plus, well, my wife's. Down here I've got my little Cameo. Over here I have my direct-to-garment printer. Over here I have my cap printer. Right over here I have our Oki laser printer. Back here I have our sublimation printer and our laser printer. But the one thing that adds a tremendous value to what we have is our button makers. Our button makers they're truly tremendous. If a button maker is not a part of your business, you need to hurry up and make that a part of your business, because there is unlimited profits that you can make in printing buttons really fast. Now, the size of buttons that I can print on the spot are, and I'll just pull out a couple of buttons here. I think I have more in this pocket right here. All right, so let's take a look at these. The size buttons that I can print on the spot in a matter of moments, in which we will take a look at here in printing. I just need to kind of make some room in my shop because I need to be able to move around. So, based on the type of material that I can print, which is going to be, I think I may have left my laptop in the car. Oh, it's right here. All right, so let's go ahead and try to get online here. Give me just a second, everybody, to figure this out so that I can watch you all, and then I need to run out of here and go hang out with my wife really quick and then come back and get some printing done. Let me get right over here. Patience, patience, patience. And I think that I should be listed online as Brother Ernest here. And for some reason I always have to restart my PC. So I'm going to show you all a couple of sizes of buttons that I print. We do 1-inch buttons, 1 1/4 inch buttons, 1 1/2 inch buttons, 2-inch buttons, 2 1/4 inch buttons, 2 1/2 inch buttons, and some rowdy 3-inch buttons. So buying the right type of equipment or the right type of button makers are truly going to be beneficial to your business. Now, earlier I was printing some rhinestone t-shirts, and I was printing this one right over here. This is a beautiful shirt that I just printed for a customer. It's probably the first time that a lot of people have seen. Let me see if I can get our comments going on here. Let's see, top chat, live chat, all messages are visible. Hi, Scoobdo. So this is for a customer. This is a foil direct-to-garment and glitter shirt that I printed in three different prints, of course, because you can't do all at the same time. So we're going to take a look at that. I'll put that up on my channel in just a few moments. If you're my friend on Facebook, then you have the opportunity to see us print these things live, and I just need to start my browser over here again because for some reason it's locked up. So I've already printed buttons with you all using the 1 1/4 button maker. It's a Tecre button maker. Tecre are the finest button makers you can get. These are all the buttons here that my child printed. He had a lot of fun printing these. I think there's a bunch of Narantos. As you can see, there's a little Mario Brothers. And my son is in the 5th grade, and he is part of the mentor program, which means he mentors other students, younger students, and the way he likes to reward some of these younger students is by, giving them free buttons. And so this is so easy to do that he can just hang out and make his buttons all by himself. Doesn't need any assistance. The cool thing about these button makers, as many of you know, I and my wife, we are the VPs of our PTO at the public school. So one way that you can really help your public school out and you can really generate a lot of sales for your PTO and make lasting memories for the attendees of your school events is to buy button makers. Button makers allow the students to print buttons live on the spot. We're talking beautiful buttons that are different shapes and different sizes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a button. I'm going to turn this down so I don't have any no feedback on here. That way, if you are needing questions answered or something like that, I can certainly get you answers. Tom Budis, how you doing? So, I like the Tecre button maker. I have 2 Tecre button makers. This is a 1 1/4 inch, and I have a 2 1/2 inch button maker. Sorry, I have 3 of them in a 1 inch button maker. Over here is a multi-size button maker. This I got from our friends at buttonmakers.net. If you buy a MultiMaker from Rebecca, tell her Brother Ernest sent you over, and I don't get anything out of it, but I've spent a lot of time working on it. I've been interested in buttons ever since I was just a young kid, and then we'll show you all the different sizes of buttons that we can do, and just how simple it is to make this button. Now what I'm going to do is I want to move this over here so that you guys can see that button maker that we're working with. Hopefully that won't block out my view there, and I don't think it will. Now over here is the buttonmaker.net button, and I was just rhinestoning a bunch of shirts earlier for our school. I'm printing up 500 t-shirts for our school, so I'm really busy. And that's just the thing I did, I went to the PTO and I said, hey, if you guys elect us, I will bring our entire printing business into the school. That way, we can really benefit our students and teachers. Now, for a lot of you, you kind of know my position and where I stand on things. You can watch my previous channel. The cool thing about doing this, though, everybody, is that I get to give back. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to, well, I suppose what I can do is just kind of bring the camera over for just a moment so that we can get a live view on this button maker. This is the Button Maker 4000. It's quite pricey, I have to tell you. It's a lot of money. But it gives us the ability to print different size buttons using different button molds. So this is a 3 inch. In there I got the 2 1/4 inch, and we have the 1 1/2 inch. And I don't think I need to pull out the 1 1/2 inch button, because once you see how they kind of all go together, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Let me clean this area up a little. I was making a bunch of buttons and rhinestoning. So this button maker that I have here is right now is loaded with a 2 1/4 inch button. It services a 1 1/2 inch size, 2 1/4 inch size, and a 3 inch size button. Right now I've been making just our standard 2 1/4 inch buttons. It does come with a rotary cutter, and I strongly recommend instead of getting a rotary cutter, instead of getting a rotary cutter, that if you're going to go this route, you guys definitely get a punch cutter, because I don't know, you can do a lot of buttons, but I mean, if you're working with students and what have you, you definitely want that rotary or punch cutter, because there is certainly a lot less adjusting or trying to figure out where the buttonhole is. And so we'll take a look at that. I just want to make sure I get plugged up over here. Thanks for being so patient. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about it. So the cool thing about this button maker is that it allows us to adjust our sizes. And if we're in a hurry and we're printing out live in the field, we're at a convention or something, we definitely want to be able to take our paper. Let's see, that's for a 1 inch. This is for a 2 1/4 inch. So let's do a demo of the 2 1/4 inch real quick. We'll just take this, put that there, like that, and then we'll get our punch cutter. So I know you'll be able to see it because I can see myself over there. I've done so many buttons, everybody, that it just gets kind of fun. So different buttons that I've done. This is a 1 1/4 inch right here. Let me focus that in. Using a laser printer. This one is a 1 inch button. Already did the 1 1/4. I have a 1 1/2 sitting around somewhere. This is a 2 inch button right there. And now we're going to make a 2 1/4 inch button. So to make the 2 1/4 inch button, we'll just take our rotary cutter. And I just want to make sure that we can see this if we're all on great. You should be able to see this behind my computer. If not, what I will do is just kind of spin us that way, and then you can see what we're doing. So I have a cutting mat right down here, and what I'll do is just bring the handle that way so that you guys can see what's going on here. These are also cool punch cutters. I recommend the punch cutters always because they are flawless. And when I mean flawless, you just simply will not miss your cut. I have different cuts over here that I can use, but we're going to go ahead and do a 1 1/4 inch cut, and hopefully I'll get this symmetrical. Looks about good enough. We'll go ahead and give it a cut. Just takes one pass around the belt. Get your cut like this. We want to go ahead and get our backing. You really should have one of these in your business. I just cannot stress how much you need this in your business. Let me get my scissors over there. So we should just be able to load that. There's a couple more parts that I need to cut. That's the problem, that I haven't made my mold yet. So I usually just use my cutter, but I'm going to go ahead and make my mold here in just a few moments so that I don't have to keep doing this, or the teachers don't have to keep doing this. Every time you make a button, you will in fact need your Mylar. These are 2 1/4 inch Mylars here. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of show you how this works. I'll move all this stuff so that we can see what's going on. I don't want anything blocking my view. My favorite cup right here. They live, we sleep. And I'll show you just how easy it is to change these parts out. The cool thing about this button maker, everybody, is that it has interchangeable dies, allowing us to adjust the size. So we can adjust the size right there. Those two and top one, they come out, allowing us to put in the larger 3-inch die sets. And let's go ahead and get this button. I'm going to show you how easy this is. I'm going to be pressing it backwards. I just need to load my pin back really quick. to load your pin back. It's very simple. I can do it upside down. You can do it. Just take your button, you line it up right there in the center spot, and then you'll just turn that around. But let's go ahead and get this made. As you can see, it just turns. It's kind of just like the Tecre over here. The Tecre does the same thing. You know, it turns as well, allowing you to manipulate each side of the button. Now that we are ready to install our button, let's go ahead and, that's all you need. Now we'll just switch around. That button is done. Look at the perfection of this. All right, how fast I made that button right there. Boston 1 hour, hoodie and tees. How many buttons do you want to make? You know, with this button maker here, I've already made over 250 buttons non-stop. Just pow, pow, pow. You print your paper up, get your transfers like this made. Transfers, they turn into immediate buttons, just like that. Big 3-inch buttons as well. Everybody likes 3-inch buttons. So between the 1-inch buttons, the 1 1/4-inch buttons, right here, this is a 1-incher here. This is a 1 1/4-inch here. This is a 2 1/4-inch. This is a 3-inch button. So just with these two machines right here, and I have a 1 1/2-inch right over there, a Tecre, just with those three machines there, I can make over 1,500 buttons a day in my sleep. Customizing buttons are a very powerful way for you to give your customer their brand marketing. In my case, every time somebody orders a shirt from us, well, I include a button in. If they order a cap from me, I include a matching cap button. And if they are, at a school function, hey, we just print up the buttons. So when we want to do different sized buttons, we simply remove our dies. We match up the A to the B. And then we have to take out our top button part when we're going to do a 3-inch button. These simply put in here by a magnet. When you want to take these out, you just lift up and pull down. It's very simple to do. You take your inner part, which I thought that I just had somewhere. Didn't I just pick it up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be my B plate. That's my 2 1/4. Here it is, the 3. Now underneath there's a little pin, and the little pin will just lock right into place. What I like about this is that I can use the mirror, if you will, on the bottom to line my button part up. They were already lined up. Let's go ahead and throw our A piece on. And that's how easy it is to make a 3-inch button. Now, if I want to look at something, and we do have a 3-inch cutter, by the way. I don't know that I have any more 3-inch designs cut out. I don't think I do. Let's see what's the measurement on this. 1 2 1/4. Do I not have any 3-inchers cut out anymore? No, but I found a 3-inch Mylar. That's great. So anyways, I mean, you guys kind of grasp the concept. If you've seen me print one button, you know just how easy it is for me to print another one. They're so fast. I think that everybody should definitely add this option as part of your business. Again, thousands of dollars can be made using your button maker. Thousands of dollars. Every one of these you could sell, like I just did this one here, you know, a 2-inch button you could sell for $2.50. If they're customized, you could do like 5 for $10, which is still $2.50. Sorry, that's $2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the profits are great. The ability to print these buttons on the fly. live on location. It just adds one more faucet to my sublimation vacuum, my large photo printing, my vinyl cutting, the direct-to-garment printer, the cap press, my heat press, my sublimation, my Oki laser printer, and my standard laser printer, and my screen printer right there. So when I'm ready to screen print, and I just had, a large screen printing order that I had to knock out, I just have my screen printer sitting right back there, and when somebody wants me to screen print something, I break that out. It's 4 colors, simple to use, but as a direct-to-garment printer, if I have to screen print something, then I will. My main hope is that, we're able to, rather than screen print, we can DTG print. But, there are some customers that just like that heavy plastisol fill, and so you're not really ever going to get that kind of filling in a direct-to-garment shirt, because direct-to-garment feels like sublimation. It is my favorite method of printing, along with sublimation. So let's just make one real quick. The reason I don't like this is because my program cut the button off. So I wonder if there might be something that I can print that I really like, that I have a copy of. I can just cut out a piece and then go along, or I could also just go ahead and make a 3-inch button. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll make a 3-inch button of my wife and her mother really quick. So let's go over here. I think I already have that open under Heather. And what I do, there's several programs that you can use. I just take my cutter and do one page. So let's go Heather, and I should be able to find there we go, it's Heather and Nancy. And so I want a 3-inch circle. And I'm using GraphTech Studio Suite to do this button, or to make this circle, because within the program there's an option, also in the Silhouette. Let me load this in the Silhouette for a lot of you Silhouette users really quick. In the Silhouette program, there is a standard circle maker where you just drop your photo in and you get a real pretty photo. But then there are also other apps that you can use, such as your GraphTech Studio. They all kind of do the same thing. And then when you're ready to print, I just want to copy this, make another one for her and her father, and definitely herself. So we have 3 of these to go right here. Now let's just go ahead and get these printed, and we'll pull these down a bit. Control print. We'll show you just how fast it is to make a button from start to finish. Let's go ahead and move this to my brother printer. I want that on the best quality. Sending it off to the printer right now. So we'll go ahead and catch that as soon as it comes out, and then I'll show you just how fast it is to make a button. So on this one, we're going to need our 3-inch backs. Whoops, let's go ahead and get this one on there. My printer should be turning on, unless I sent it to the wrong printer, and that's probably what I did. I think that is correct. Oh, it's just coming and connected to the printer. It's taking just a while. Hopefully my battery doesn't die on this. Here it goes. Stand by, everybody, if you're there. Thanks for watching. This is a review of the MultiMaker 4000. You almost ready, Heather? Well, I'm sorry, I've not been ready. You're free to drive off if you need to at any given time. And it's taken just a second to receive the data. what I'm going to do is just plug my mat right in here on the bottom while that's loading. So I just want to make sure that I don't lose power. All right, so that's printed. Let's go ahead and... Now there are companies that do offer software, you know, to make your own buttons and stuff, but graphic arts is something that's right up my alley. So as you can see, we have our photos right here that just got printed up. Let's go ahead and use our cutter, and then we will get this cut. My computer's now plugged in, great. And then to see this, I think what I'm going to have to do is move my cutter. But what we can do really quick is just bring you right over here and show you the use of the circle cutter really quick, just like that. Kind of gives you a bird's eye view. Just make sure that my tripod is going to stand up here without going anywhere. It wants to swing around on me. And it's telling me, hey, your battery is almost dead, dude. So you better get that taken care of immediately. I can never keep my batteries charged up just because, honestly, my iPads are getting so old that they're antiquated. So we're plugged in here. Guess what I can do is just give you guys a view like this. So then we take our circle cutter, we're set at 2 1/4 inches, but now we need to move to 3 inches, which there's little grooves on the back of this cutter, and the cutter goes 3 1/2 inches, 3 inches, 2 1/2 inches, 2 1/4, and then I think 1 1/2. So first thing you want to do is line your cutter up like so. Once it's perfectly lined up, everything looks good, then we want to go ahead and just hold it down and give it a single pass, and you've got a cut. Now, once that is cut perfectly, you just want to come and look right over here. And now that that's done, I can go ahead and back the camera up. I've really got a mess back here with all the stuff in the way. But once that is done, everybody, and I'll show you, I'll move this over here. Now, this is not a cheap plastic made cutter. This is a very, very well made cutter. It is metal, it's very heavy. The one thing I was a little nervous about is, oh man, I hope it's not a very inexpensive made cutter, because then it's going to totally be a bummer. I just want to get my backer really quick, but you know, when you already have all this set up ready to go, it's just very simple. Very, very, very easy. I can't believe, honestly, how easy it is to make these. And the reason that I got this MultiMaker is because rather than have just one of every size, which is always beneficial, I wanted a MultiMaker because it can stay here, and when we're making buttons and stuff for businesses, you have one button here that's always got that multiple size, rather than me carrying around 3 different button makers. So let's go ahead and make this button. Let me turn my computer around so I can see what's going on. Get some distance on my plug here without getting all tangled up. Somehow I'm all tangled up in these cords. Alright, so that's on there ready to go. Great, so now that the button's loaded, we just need our 3-inch Mylar to go in this. And I do want to just raise this up a bit. So we install our 3-inch Mylar. Goes in just like that. It's centered. If I want to zoom you guys in to just show you all. You got your button maker right there. This is your A button maker side. Just want to make sure that your button is lined up with it. As you can see right here, that's our lineup mark. Over here is also our lineup mark. So let's go ahead and get this printed, all right, everybody? It's very simple. You don't need a lot of pressure. That's all the pressure you need. I actually didn't even need to go that hard. Just my table wasn't level. And there's a perfectly made button. Sits directly on your tee. Let me give this to my wife because she'll love it. There you go, babe. We'll make 2 more of these, one for her mother and one for her father. Let's go right back over here. We'll cut this one out again. And I have a cutting mat right over here, so I could actually just bring you guys right along here and use that cutting mat. It's really not a cutting mat. I have to be careful because I don't want to cut through it. So this thing wouldn't actually slice right through it. I have a metal cutting rod somewhere, or cutting board. I think I may have put it over here. Maybe I put it over here. Where did I put it? It's just a standard metal piece that protects my cutting or mat under it. Let me find that for just a moment. I can't believe I put that down and lost it somewhere. Got it right here. This is pretty cool, everybody, because this little mat allows us to, cut our items and not really worry about damaging. Once you're set on it, can't do it faster than that. There's no really quicker way to do it. I do like the cutter, but my favorite method of cutting is the punch cutter. But once you've got your 3-inch circle in there, so you can see it's a perfect bird's eye view of it. See if I can get that cut just by letting you guys watch it. Again, that's a perfect cut. Let's go ahead and bring you all back over here like this. I want to make sure that we can see my sign in the back. And let's make this button. So once again, you just need your button piece. A trash can right down here. And if you're printing 100 or 200 of these, just how easy it is to print these is quite amazing. I just need my 2 button pieces for my 3-inchers. I should have a 3-incher. I thought she gave me a 3-inch box. Maybe this is it here. That's my 1 1/4 inch. Kind of interesting because I'm not sure where I just got that other 3-inch back from. 3-inch front. I think this is a 2 1/4. No, that's a 3-inch. Okay. How do you like that? All right. One more time, we just want to make sure everything's out of our way. I like to hear the sound of this thing going around. And to be quite honest, every time this thing makes a revolution, that's money in your pocket. Drop this on here, get your button piece on there, get your Mylar. Once the Mylar's on, once again, bring you right over here so you can see the MultiMaker button maker. This is MultiMaker 4000. Switch this around, hold the table down. That's all the amount of force you need, very small amount. And I just had my button back. I think it's this one here. So we just want to line that up to where it's at. Switch it around. That button is made. A perfect and beautiful button every single time. And that's the MultiMaker 4000 from our friends at buttonmaker.net. So I hope that you tell Rebecca that Brother Ernest sent you, and how absolutely pleased I am with the MultiMaker 4000. It gives me so much pleasure to introduce a full MultiMaker button set that I think would be beneficial for any of us in the printing button to have, for printing business to have. Now, being me, I'm what's called a digital printer. I print things live and on the spot. I print them fast, I print them accurately, I print them correctly, which allows me to print up. I also do things like this here, die cut stickers, kiss cut stickers as well. I do this live and on the spot as well, little kiss cut stickers, and you know, I think they're just cool. I did this for a company just a few days ago, and we'll do one more because I know Heather will want to give one to her father, one to her mother, and then one to her dad. Or sorry, one for herself. So let me get my button pieces. I just need one more unless I already grabbed one. These are cool things to send in the mail to people as well. They're very, very, very affordable. And I thought these were open somewhere. I guess they're not. How the hell did I get them? That's a 1 and a 3. Did I put another one down here? That's just like me with OCD. You know, I put something down and I want to use it, and then I realize, darn it, I can't use it because I don't know what the hell I did with the other one. There we go. Let's print one more for our final run. And once again, I'll bring you over here. Let you see just how fun it is to make these on the MultiMaker 4000. And just a reminder, if you're at one of our booths, we hope that you will stop by and visit the McCarthy PTO. My wife, that's her vice president PTO button. I have one just as well, but mine's centered around the PTO dad. So let's go ahead and get this made. I want to keep my image in focus here. We need our 3-inch Mylar. I'm going to make sure we load our button correctly. Just like that. Now let's go ahead and make this. Once again, you don't need a lot of force. And that's what makes this MultiMaker so darn awesome, is that a child could use this and make buttons accurately every time. We can even put text right on the side here, which I did just yesterday. Customer really, really liked it. So, you know, can make those buttons very fast, everybody. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. I can't autofocus anymore. It's probably because my screen is dirty. Make sure I get that cleaned off. There we go. I already see the difference. But, you know, you can use photo paper if you want beautiful photography looking buttons. These are just straight with my laser printer. You can also use your inkjet printer right over there, which this is a professional inkjet printer. The Epson sitting right back there that does 17-inch by 10 feet high definition photos. So it doesn't matter what you wanted. If you got a very inexpensive inkjet printer, it'll work perfect. If you've got a standard laser printer, it'll work perfect. Doesn't matter what it is in the print area, it's going to work very well. So everybody, this is just a reminder. This is from buttonmakers.net. Everybody always argues, or they say, you know what, you'd rather have a button, you know, a button maker that is a single size button maker, and that single size button maker would be the best option to make. Well, the problem is by the time you get into it, you got 350 bucks here, and we have 3 of them separately, so that's already over $1,000. You've got this one here, which is still very expensive. It's the all-in-one button maker that allows you to do 1.5, 2 1/4 inches, and 3-inch buttons. and they are coming out with the 3.5-inch button maker, or sorry, the 3.5-inch die soon enough. I've made over 100 buttons on this perfectly every time without having to need to adjust it. So awesome button maker. You saw me cut, you saw me make different size buttons. It's my hope that you will go to buttonmakers.net right over here. This is where I got it, in case you're wondering. It is a little pricey, I will tell you that. And you just go right over here to the button makers. Click on the MultiMaker, and that's the MultiMaker 4000. Now they have it in different sizes, and I think the other one they have is a 1-inch and one that goes all the way up to 2 1/4 inches. So it might do 1 inch, 1.5, and maybe 2 inches. This one here is larger, so it does 3 inches, 2 1/4 inches, and 1.5 inch buttons. Awesome piece of machinery, heavy piece of metal. There's not one piece of plastic on here. The dies are absolutely perfectly made. They're heavy made. I recommend this button along with your Tecre MultiMaker button. Sorry, your Tecre button. This is a 1 1/4 inch. We have our 1.5 inch and 1 inch as well. So because we have those, I don't need it to go and buy a 2-inch, 2.5 inch, and a 3-inch button, because this thing does everything that I already need. With the 3-inch, the 2 1/4 inch, the 1.5, I already have the 2-inch, I have the 1 1/4, and the 1-inch sitting right over there. So anyways, hey, this is Live Event Printing, Boston 1 hour hoodie and tees. You need something specifically made, direct to garment, screen printed, sublimation printed, what else? Cap printed. I do it all. I do it all here, right on the spot. So thanks. Give a shout out to McCarthy Elementary PTO and our group over there. And just remember, get busy pressing some buttons, huh? You guys need this MultiMaker 4000 button maker. It is very cool. It's not only that, you can do badges with it, you can do keychains, you can do light up buttons, which we have all that. We have a PTO event coming up in just a couple of days, and we're ready to sell about 2,000 different types of buttons live and on the spot. Hey, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and we hope to see you once again with the Button Maker 4000. And this is Boston 1 hour hoodie and tees, Brother Ernest. You can find us at liveeventprinting.com. Hi, Brandon. How you doing? Keep researching, Brandon. Concave is awesome. Yeah, Scoobdo. Dude, you need a machine. You need a machine. I highly recommend this one right here. The button punch is great, but once you dial in your MultiMaker cutter, it's fast, it's easy. There's a little window you can look through, and you can cut it correctly every time. Once again, the Button Maker 4000 review. This is Brother Ernest with liveeventprinting.com. Hit me up if you need any of these items right here, printed live and sent to you. Thanks for watching, everybody.